You're coming too.
What started as a dream is now our reality. 6 years ago, we poured her ballast, raised every frame, cut every plank, and named her Rediviva. Ready for life back on the ocean, this year we're determined to set sail.
Would you look at that? I'd say that's the making of a fine cruising vessel.
We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for joining us. Last week, we left off with Garrett's slick work, shaping our main boom a little thinner. He's now onto the electric planer. And I'm over at the boat completing my next pattern for the port quarter storage. Then join Garrett at the bunker to trace and cut it out. Garrett's made quick work of rounding the boom smooth. He's now carving a shoulder for the boom collar. This is an old piece of plywood, and I'm just going to repurpose it since it's going to be painted. Trying to make as detailed marks, so I cut the right lines. There's a bunch of old lines on this. If for some reason my pattern doesn't really work, I've not wasted a nice piece of plywood. Forgot to check if that side was square, because it kind of lined up ish with my pattern, and it's not. So well, it's pretty close, and I'm gonna use this piece because half of it is nice, half of it got oil spilled on it, but that's gonna be in this back part, and I'm going to paint it all anyway. My little cutout here for the hose turned out pretty good. I had to cut this short a little bit on the end because I wanted to notch it into the front face here of the quarter bunk, but because it's such a tight fit, it wasn't really possible, and that end not being square on this piece that I was trying to salvage, it, you know, is a little bit short. This ended up being like not exactly right up meeting to it because the floor isn't quite level, or my cut. It's probably more my cut. I don't think my cut was very straight, so I might put in I've got some more of this stock. Might put one of those in like this. So this is gonna be this storage cubby, and I still have to do this wall. and that's gonna be like the nicer storage. And then where I'm sitting is just gonna be sort of random storage because it's at the angle of the hall here. But making my couple adjustments here, I'm like right up against this. A couple swipes with the planer and it will be spot on. And the hose here, I'll probably wrap it with something, maybe copper, just for any vibration that comes through this exhaust hose from the motor, it won't rub up on this plywood. I'll sand the plywood and then probably do a copper wrap or something. It's not the prettiest, but it fits kinda.
Day 2 working on the main boom. All my camera batteries died yesterday, so I wasn't able to film some of the last stuff I did, but I managed to get the boom all sanded down, and then I got this collar kind of dry fit. Once I got the boom down to the diameter I wanted, I just measured the diameter of this collar, set my blade depth on my skill saw, and then it cut around, and then did a bunch of cuts around, and then just knocked it off with the chisel. So that fits there now. So today, first things, I'm going to install this collar. Just gonna put some screws in it and then bed it with some putty, and then after that, leather the jaws, and then at that point I think I can bring the boom back to the boat, put it in place and oil it. All right, kind of a slow day. It's been overcast and cold, and which always kind of translates to a slow morning. So trying to shake the cobwebs off and get back to work.
Nothing shakes off the cobwebs better than a nice swim or some sailing, but we'll settle for making patterns. I've got my next 3 and can get them once again from some oddly shaped scrap ply that we have laying around. Disturbs my test fit. Hi, Mom. I'm in the middle of dry fitting one of my first wall cut pieces in my solo project. Ooh. Haha. Yeah. Check that out. That doesn't even need any adjustment. 3 for 3. Before fastening all the side-to-side walls, I add some copper wraps to the areas the hoses pass by. Dude! Garrett! Ah! You are incorrigible. Oh my goodness.
You should be like all those other weenies.
Weenies.
A-L-7 weenie. Yeah, Oscar Mayer even.
We got our boom back.
Yeah. I will let you take that side now.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's not dry yet.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I've already gotten started. Don't have the access holes done. But so this is my first panel, first hatch. So just again using some scrap to put in the kind of trim, I guess. Whatever they're called, cleats. There's one, and then second one. And that's the sort of bigger storage, but it has, you know, a steeper angle, not a flat base because of the hull there. And then you can see where I've run the hoses and my walls from the other day. So there's my first panel. So I've got number 2 here and 3, and number 2 I've already marked out my hatches. So this one will also have 2. That one will just have one big one, and then I will eventually be able to move everything over and then make the hatch for this panel, which stops here at the engine box. Whew. So it's going pretty good. I feel like I've got my groove or my handle fully on making the hatches into the top panels here for the port quarter, that I feel comfortable enough to film it. I didn't film this first one that I did because I don't know, it's more nerve-wracking when you have people watching. So I did that one and I feel really good about it and feel like it was a success. So now I'm gonna film the second one.
Probably not a good place for your camera because I'm going to just be standing in front of it like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of fun. That's really tall. Oh, bleep.
Ta-da!